Hi guys, welcome to Milgat Farms. It's a beautiful day here in the middle of nowhere, convenient to nothing. It's just absolutely wonderful. It's quiet here in the woods. Last night we got some snow. It's been snowing off and on throughout the day. That definitely adds a little new dynamic to walking around in the bush. This time of year can be hard anyway. It is the fall and all the leaves have come down and they haven't decomposed yet. And so what that means is they're sitting on top of rocks and sticks and other debris that's down. And right off the bat, that's kind of sketchy to walk on anyway, but then add some snow. So it gets a little dicey. The interesting thing about snow is that you can see your path. So if you're gonna work a couple of different lines like we're gonna be doing today, I can see where I went from tree to tree to tree. Whereas if it was just leaves or later in the winter, before the water starts moving, sometimes you can't see where you went. And so that poses its own challenges too. But all in all, hey man, it's a great day. It's an awesome day here on the farm. We really appreciate the time you guys give us. If you like what you're seeing, consider giving us a thumbs up. Comments are very, very helpful because we don't know everything. This is a first generation farm and it's a first generation maple farm here on this land as well. Nobody had ever opened up these trees before we got here. And so this is all new. And I'm learning every single day, guys, every day. So today we're gonna be putting in some drops. And we've been doing this now for about 2 weeks and it's going pretty good. It just takes a little bit longer to put a drop in than it does to change out a tap. Mainly because we've got trees down everywhere. We've had a lot of wind this year and a lot of trees have come down. We've lost some maples, that's a bad thing. We picked up some maples because we were able to identify some additional trees that meet our tapping parameters as far as the diameter goes. And we're probably plus 20 taps this year, but there's still a lot of trees down. And that takes a while to get the line fixed. Once the line's fixed, then you can come in and put the taps in, or the drops, which is what we're doing today. Oh, it's been a long couple days. That's for sure. So guys, in a previous video, I showed you this, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you again. This is a drop. And you've got a T, called a sanitary T on one side. You got the tap, which goes into the tree on the other. If you look at it really close, that's what goes in the tree. This is what goes on the line. This takes not terribly long to put in. Not quite as short of a time as putting a tap on, because you gotta find this. You gotta get it, you gotta make sure you got the right one. Then you gotta see where it's positioned on the tree and in the line, because sometimes you have to make some adjustments. So putting in drops takes a little bit longer. Normally we do this every 3 years and we're going into our 4th year. So it's time to change out all of our drops. And of course it's got the tap on there. And if you've not watched many of our videos, in other videos, we do some videos on changing out just the taps. Because here on our farm, we change these taps out every single year. And then every 3rd year, this guy right here, with the tap already attached. So when I'm done putting these drops in here in about a week, then the entire sugar bush is gonna be ready for tapping. Now that doesn't mean we can tap, that just means we're ready. Now it's a wait game looking for the weather. And in this area, typically, if you're tapping in the beginning of January, you're gonna have to go back and refresh your taps, which means pull them out and drill them a little deeper. Again, in probably mid-February to the end or beginning of March. I'm not gonna be able to do that. By that time of the year, I'm getting pretty darn tired because we've been making syrup and fixing lines and that sort of thing. And so we typically will tap towards the end of January, but it's all about the weather. And so what we have to have is a very cold nights and very warm days. Warm being 33 degrees. So if we get that shift in the temperature, then we're able to see that the water's flowing, at which point we can make maple syrup. So we're probably not gonna tap until about the end of January. So we still have, about a month or so to be ready, to get ready, so that when that weather does hit or begins to come, we can then do our tapping. So today, we're going up here in this section. You may not be able to see it from this vantage point, but our road goes uphill, hangs a sharp left right up here, and then goes above us, maybe 100 meters. And it's just sort of like a big old little finger or circle, like a cul-de-sac here. We have 3 laterals to do, and a lateral is a 3/16 line that attaches to the main line and then goes up to a higher point. On each one of our laterals, we probably have 10 to 15 taps or drops, because the tap and the drop, that's one unit that we're replacing today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk up and we're gonna go tree to tree to tree to tree, replacing these drops. So come along, let's see if we can get this done. boy. So guys, that was successful. I got all of the drops put in, the extended drops, and this section right here is done. And it's all ready for tapping. The only thing we have to do is put our sensor on right there at the end of the line. I don't know if you see that thick tubing, it's a 5/16 tubing. We've got to put the sensor on, but they're not coming in the woods for about another 1 to 2 weeks. We're gonna get them charged up in the sun. They have a little solar battery in them. And we'll talk about those in a future video and what they do for us. That needs to get installed. There's one there, and actually, you can't really see it so well. But you go down the hill here, maybe about 200 meters in, there's another one down there. Because down just at the tree line, and it's hard to see it, down the tree line, way down there, is another line. And so this is the next section we're gonna start working on right here. We're gonna work this all the way down to the bottom. We got that sort of cul-de-sac done, and that's a good thing. Now it's time to go down to the house and hang out with the family. What a beautiful day in the woods, everybody. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch our videos. It was kind of interesting to walk around in the snow. I haven't had to do that too much this year. Years past, had to do it quite a bit. Hey, if you guys like what you're seeing, consider giving us that thumbs up. It'd really be helpful. Guys, there's something new to learn every day, and we really appreciate when you leave us comments. Thanks for taking time to watch our videos. Until next time, God bless you guys. All right, time to go home.